Happy New Year, everyone. It is officially 2025, and y'all, I missed the countdown. I was sleeping. I did not clean, plan, do any preparation for the new year. I just kind of woke up on January 1st and was like, oh, it's a new year. And I kind of slept the rest of the day. Um, so, in this video, I decided it was time to get up, clean up, prepare, plan, manifest, and reflect on 2024. And we'll talk about all these things together. So, oh, excuse me. In 2024, it was basically just a coast kind of year. It was a trying to make it through kind of year. I already knew that that's what it was going to be by the end of 2023. I knew 2024 was coming. I was not going to necessarily thrive in 2024. I was just going to get by. And as long as I was able to get by, I would be very appreciative of that. I set some goals as far as like being a nonchalant person, being very expressive about relationships that I care about, whether that's romantically, family, or friends. And I think that I did a pretty good job at that, especially romantically. Your girl dated in 2024. Was it a little stressful, a little annoying, a little inconvenient? It was, but again, I feel like I got better at expressing how I felt about situations, how I felt about people, and how I felt about where I was at each stage of like dating. I also said that I would keep my hair braided for most of 2024, and I did that as well because I knew it was going to be a survive instead of thrive year, and I didn't have time to be tussling with the coils. So I kept my hair braided for most of the year, and I'm trying to see what else I wanted to accomplish in 2024. I really didn't set goals for 2024 because, again, I knew that this was not going to be some earth-shattering year. It was simply the year that I needed to get through in order to make it to this next phase in my life. In 2024, I definitely learned that I am truly a homebody and an introvert who likes to be alone in isolation. When people meet me, I'm usually like a very bubbly person, very interactive, and like I like to talk, I like to mix, I like to mingle. But I realized that that was kind of just a persona. That was who, or that is, because that person's still part of me, but that is just someone who I feel like I need to be in certain situations. But in all honesty, when it comes down to my preferred environment, I realize that I like to be alone. I like peace. I like quiet. And so that was something that was very difficult for me to learn about myself because I don't like feeling lonely. Like, I like to be in good company, but good company for me is not necessarily someone that I have to entertain or someone that feels like they need to entertain me. Good company is someone who can sit in a room with me, be absolutely quiet, and just just exist. And so I think that played a big part in my friendships and being around family this year, because I learned like, oh, like I really am not a morning person. I don't want to talk to anybody in the morning. I don't ever want to say the words good morning. Yes, it's a part of life. And, when you go to work or you wake up and you're with your family, you have to. But like, I actually don't like it. Like, this thing takes energy for me to do. And being able to identify that has definitely helped me interact with people better, because my attitudes were off the wall, y'all. It was real bad. I mean, I was snapping at people. And I couldn't understand why. And I really thought like maybe something spiritually was happening within me. And it was just simply, no, you're learning about yourself. You're learning that these things that you do are not natural. It's not second nature. It does take energy for you to want to be around people and to be expressive and to be interactive and to be involved and things like that, and to entertain, and for other people to entertain you and to network. Like, that takes energy. And so I had to learn how to conserve, recharge, and give certain type of energy. So 2025 is kind of an exciting expectation for me. I feel like I've spent the last 10 years or so learning lessons, failing, getting back up, dusting myself off, learning to be resilient, and learning to look at things from other people's perspective, or even perspectives that no one else is looking at them. The past 10 years have definitely felt like unappreciative years. Like, I was working hard, I was putting in the blood, sweat, and tears, and none of the results were coming to fruition. And so probably like in the summer of last year, I kind of had a shift where it was like, it's time. The time is here, the time is coming. I am about to start seeing the fruits of my labor. And even though I felt like I have been patient for the last 10 years, the last 6 months of the year was like the most patient I had ever been. I moved so slow in doing things. I appreciated the journey more than the result of projects that I was working on. And I truly feel like 2025, I am going to start seeing the actual fruit of my labor. And it's crazy. And I'm excited and anticipating what is going to happen in the next 10 years. I was talking to a friend this evening, and we were talking about how I'm going into my last semester of my last didactic year, and how it's a lot of work. Like, he was telling me, he was like, they have you do all these crazy things and all these assignments. And I was like, I know it's going to be such a stressful time, and I'm excited about it. For the last 10 plus years, I have literally prayed, cried, begged, kicked, and screamed to experience what I am about to experience in my last didactic semester of pharmacy school. And while I don't have any specific expectations, I do have goals, and I did manifest at the end of 2024. And I spoke to God, and I was specific about certain things. And I think this is the first time in a long time where I have resolutions and actual goals and things that I physically want to accomplish. And while I don't know for sure how these things are going to happen, I just know that these things are going to happen. And I honestly hope that 2025 is a year of accomplishment for everyone. I want everyone to start seeing the fruits of their labor.